guys, this is Maria. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to give you an update on my Crassula collection. I will also trim some of them because some of them got wide or leggy, and I will probably use leftover pieces for propagation. I will also give you an update on propagation projects that I started a few months ago. So let's start. So my Crassula collection this last year, well, actually a little over a year, has been under lights. First under fluorescent T5 high output lights, and then in the last pretty much 12 months under spider farmer lights. And I noticed that spider farmer lights compared to high grow lights that I have here on the bottom above Echeverias are drying plants much less. So less debris here compared to Echeverias. I made a video about Echeverias last week. So I'll take each Crassula from the tray so you can see it close up. So the first one I have here is a little Crassula Pyramidalis. I was really concerned that this one is not going to survive because it's kind of similar to Buddha's temple, but this one seems to be okay, and it has been growing some new branches. So it had a little bit of new growth. So far so good. So hopefully I'll keep it alive. This is not a Crassula, but I keep it here with Crassulas. My Corpuscularia Lehmanni has pretty long branches and a lot of new stuff growing. Here is my Crassula spiralis. I actually recently just cut one of the branches because it was kind of leggy looking, and I tucked it in here, so hopefully it has rooted. And then here I have my little Crassula merchandi. This one I got from Vivid Root site. And I thought I'm gonna lose it last year, and it started growing end of fall and then now continuing. So I'm happy about that. Then I have here some of my propagations. These have been so slow. I think they have been missing something, but those are my little moon glow propagations. Then I have here one of the variegated Crassula string of buttons. Has some new branches growing from here. This one is kind of rare. It's a Crassula Barclay, and it's a really slow grower, but I definitely see growth during the last year and a half since I got it. So I'm really happy that I kept this one alive and that it keeps growing. And these new branches are getting longer, so really excited to see how it's gonna look in future. I have a bear paw here with Crassulas together. Then I have a few of my Crassula, I think it's called Moneymaker plant. And then there is a variegated form that did have some issues. As you can see, there is some brown. I don't know what it was, but the new growth, new leaves are not having it. So I'm just hoping it's gonna be okay. So some of the leaves, I don't know what the damage was. I don't see any pests, but sometimes when you don't see them, they're still there. So I think I did spray it with alcohol. This is Crassula purple, I think purple light. Oh, I wanted to show you something cool. Look at this leaf, one leaf that fell off and it's propagating. It's actually forming a new plant. I don't know if you can see right there, right here, there. And this other leaf that's by it, it's also rooting. So one little leaf producing a new plant. How cool that is. I have some other Crassulas that are doing that right now, and I'm just impressed how they do that, even from the half of the leaf. All right, so next one here, it's gonna be a little harder to pull out, so I'm just gonna record it like this. This is Variegated Moon Glow. Has whitish yellow and green, and then a little bit of pink. I think it's just adorable. I love that one. Then I have two different Crassula deceptors. This is one form, this is a more roundish. You can see. And then there is one that I brought from Serbia. It's called Cornuta, I think. I will maybe in the description put video about root rot and surgeries on plants, where in Serbia I had this Crassula deceptor right here, this one, this little one. It was completely drying up, and what happened is that it had root rot and it wasn't absorbing water, so when I came it was almost dead, and I did surgery and one died, it just dried up. But this one I actually brought in an airplane, and it rooted and it grew about, I think, 3-4 pairs of leaves. It was like half the size, so I'm really excited I saved it. This one is really giving me joy looking at. I would love to see kids growing out of it, so like new branches. Then let's see who else we have here. I have this candy cane Crassula. I have actually two of them. And then I have Baby Surprise. If you watch my past videos, I have a video, I can put that in description too, where I propagated this one and it successfully rooted. So plan is probably I will have some of these branches for sale when it gets a little bit warmer, but I'm gonna probably propagate these less branches as well that are leggy at the bottom, and so that I can have a compact look from the bottom to top. Here I have import that I bought a year ago. I forgot the name of this one. This little Crassula that I got from Sheena Cookson, I'm not sure. And then this big one here that I just love is my Crassula Brevifolia. Look at those colors, chubby leaves, just so pretty. I have been propagating that one in a little pot here, and they all rooted. I do have some that are a little bit more dry, like some branches that are a little bit more dry, like these two, than compared to these other ones, but it's so cute. Then here I have another pot of Crassula candy cane. Has really cute colors, whitish yellow and pink and green. Crassula, I think it's called High Voltage. It's like a, looks kind of like Rupestris Crassula, but it has more red on it. Really pretty. This is my Crassula Rupestris, so you can see it. This have a little bit of red on it. Really pretty. Then this is one of the new additions that I got from brought from Arizona, and I just noticed that it's starting to grow new branches in between here, leaves. This one was import, and look at how sad it's looking. What happened is I accidentally dropped it on the ground and fell this way on this side from about 4 feet height, so it broke leaves on this side. On this side it's fine, so I'm really sad for that. So I was thinking about maybe propagating it, but I checked, and those who propagated said if you like cut off, behead it, the new branches will revert to a normal moon glow growth like this. And this, so only head would grow, continue to grow these 6 leaves. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think from this first tray I skipped these. These are my Crassula's Moon Glow. So, and I have a little leaf here that fell. Alright, and then I have here Tom Stump Crassula and Variegated Tom Stump. That's called, I think, Pastel. Yeah, Crassula Pastel. Then I have Baby's Necklace Crassula, like a full pot of it. It's just, it's been in the same pot for quite a long time, so I think it maybe needs to be replanted. Some of these baby's necklace and Jay's necklace are getting so wide. It's like they're constantly like knocking over plants, like, or leaves around them. So I don't know, maybe they need bigger pots, but look at how cute it is. I love that. These are two different kinds. There is this one and then there is this one, and it's been blooming. A lot of Crassula has been blooming for me this year. And then I have another one that I've been propagating from this one. So I've been adding here, so that's the same one. Here is my fantasy or variegated baby's necklace. Now this one has been having issues, and one of the subscribers told me maybe it's mites, and maybe it was mites. I wouldn't be able to see it without something enlarging. I didn't notice any pests, but it would just dry somewhere in the middle, and that's the one that had problems during this year. I don't know what the issue is, but I had to chop off the branches that looked really dried up, and I'm propagating here. So I don't know if they have rooted yet. This was a cutting that I got. I know for sure it hasn't rooted quite yet because it's still pretty dehydrated looking. But those are all cuttings. I put them here with the euphorbia. I think they're going to be fine there. This is another cool thing that I wanted to show you. So this is a damaged leaf, like part of the leaf, and of Crassula baby's variegated baby's necklace fantasy. And look, that leaf, I'm trying to, is growing a new plant. It has miniature roots and a new rosette forming, like 2 sets of leaves. I wish I have something enlarging so you can see this. So cute! I can't believe. So I'm trying to be gentle to it. I hope it's gonna root here. I'm gonna actually have a little plant from it. Let's see what else I have here. I have really pretty string of buttons here. This one was at the conservatory for a little bit during the winter time. Then I have this one. It's called Green Pagoda. Really hard to pull out right now. I'm also trying to propagate. I just put an empty pot next to it, so these branches I'm propagating by just letting it lay in the pot until it roots there, and then I'm just gonna chop them and separate from mother plant. I have this one that didn't grow very much, had some issues. I think it had mites because I thought I saw some tiny little webs at the end of fall. So it's been kind of really not having a lot of progress. And then I have some branches of Fantasy Crassula, or sorry, pastel, some of the branches of Pastel Crassula. This is a variegated string of buttons. Then I have Crassula Ivory Towers, that's like a giant string of buttons. I propagated by beheading some of these branches, and I have another pot of these in the conservatory. This is my Crassula Bridal Bouquet that, yeah, has bloomed beautifully this year. Before I continue showing you my collection, let's go back in time about a week ago when I trimmed 2 of my pots of Crassula. So I wanted to trim this one for a while because there is a lot of branches kind of almost being on the ground on the shelves, and they're not getting enough light, so they stretch. So let's see where I'm going to start. Probably here. And I'm going to cut where it started stretching. And I'm going to propagate all these. Some have already started growing little roots, as you can see. Okay, next one here. I don't like how this looks, so... But it does have little babies growing, so I don't know. So I don't know what to do with this one. I think I should just cut it. Oh, there. Maybe I'm gonna shorten it a little bit. Like that. Cut this as well so it have a nice compact look on top. So all of these I'm gonna trim a little bit, I think, toward the end. Let's see what else. This whole branch is kind of all over the place. So I think I might cut the whole branch like that, and then just, you know, separate some of these cuttings. Maybe here, like this one. This is gonna be interesting. This has like so many branches growing out of this one, and I cut the top off so that it has compact look on top, so it's gonna be one big cutting. This one here, I suppose I'll try to root it as is. I'm gonna save these little ones as well and try to root them. Some of these branches that have bloomed, they're already starting to like have double branch growing. So might cut those. It was so hard to cut these last of the blooms because they're like so cute. So these that stretched a little bit, I think I'm gonna shorten them and propagate the tops. So let's see, this one is stretched a little bit. Stretched a little bit. But they're like such cute cuttings. Okay, let's look around. Well, this, I suppose, could be cut a little bit. And that is out. I think what I'm gonna do is probably take these cuttings to root in conservatory. We don't have this Crassula, and I would like to establish some big pod there. So that's the plan. Here's how my Crassula string buttons hybrid looks after trimming. And then here I have my variegated jade. What I plan to do is probably cut these branches when I take it outside, and then keep that inside look so it's not like bushy from the bottom. And then I have this one here. I think I sowed some mealybugs, so I sprayed it, and that's why it's not under light. And I also tucked the leaves from Pearl 1 Nonnenberg Echeveria, and they have been propagating successfully here. I think they all three have roots, but 2 of them have rosettes already growing. And there's this, I think it's called Shrek ears, maybe, Crassula, That one is under also another Spider Farmer light. Next Crassula that really needs trimming is this big Crassula Springtime. It's like dragging here, and I have cut it once before, so plan is just kind of cut this branch here. So let's see. I think I'm gonna just have to cut it all the way here. Oh, maybe that will work. There. And now I see that there is some mealybugs right here. See a little fuzzy white area. So I'm gonna get alcohol right away and take care of that. I don't see it anywhere else, so I'm not gonna spray anything else. But this branch, I mean, I could root probably like this or separate. Maybe I'm just gonna leave it as it is. Kind of place it like this. Maybe shorten a little bit this stem. I think pick up some of these bottom leaves there. So that's the plan for this one. So I think these can stay. I just trim the dead blooms here. So I'm just gonna tuck this one somewhere in here. I suppose that's a little bit better. And this is our island, and this is where cats like to sleep, because the chairs prevent Kylo from bothering them and seeing them, so they have a good spot here. Yeah, Kira. So I have here actually two Crassulas. I forgot about this one. There is this propeller plant Crassula that hasn't really progressed much because it probably didn't have a lot of light. And then there is my Crassula string of buttons. It bloomed this year, and I actually haven't cut the bloom yet. But I wanted to trim this branch. It's kind of sticking out, as you can see. And also I don't like how it looks here. So I wanted to cut from here, and then I'm going to use this piece to tuck it in there. So I just remove this bottom leaf here. Actually, maybe I'm going to make two pieces. So I'm going to cut it here too, since it has some aerial roots. There. I'm gonna tuck this one in there, and I'm gonna tuck that one somewhere where there is space. This one is pretty full, so there is almost nowhere to squeeze in the cuttings. So now let's quickly go to the conservatory where I was yesterday and see some of the plants that I have there. So here is a few of my Crassulas that are here in conservatory. I actually donated this one permanently. This is Crassula rupestris. It bloomed beautifully this year, and I started propagating some more here for conservatory. So there is another pot. This is Crassula Bridal Bouquet that I also donated to conservatory. I have a lot of that one at home, and it also bloomed beautifully, and I really need to cut all of these blooms. This is also the one that I brought for conservatory. This one here, which is a variegated one. This is a Crassula string of buttons hybrid that I have, and that I brought cuttings here that rooted successfully. This is my ivory, I think it's called ivory towers or something like that. And then this one here that I think I'm gonna take home soon. So this is it Blue Wave, or do I have my ID here? It's called Variegated Jade. So that's looking really cute. I'm gonna leave it a little bit longer because I don't have a lot of space right now, but as soon as I'm able to take plants outside, I'll take this one home. And I also brought some of my sedums here, like this one here, over the winter because they were struggling under the light. And then also there is this Crassula here at the conservatory. I think it's called, was it Hobbit? I'm wondering if I would cut it down, if it would start having more compact look, because it's very leggy. But I have seen it in conservatories growing like this, having long branches and being leggy, but I do like more compact look. So maybe that's what I'm gonna do soon, and propagate these cute tops. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for your comments, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you can click the word subscribe below the video. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I love reading them and answering them. See you soon in the next video.